Hello and welcome back. This is Damian. We're on the multiplayer server. And today we're going to talk about failed experiments. A little while back, I found a farm, basically, that was supposed to let you farm rabbits. And I built it. I had to tweak it a little bit because there's a difference between Bedrock and Java as far as redstone goes and things like that. For some reason, I don't know. But anyway, this is it. And to be quite honest, it's never really worked. I've gotten a little bit of hide, a little bit of cooked rabbit, and raw rabbit. No rabbit feet at all. No rabbit foots. And I also, that's my dog, I also saw yesterday that all my rabbits have escaped. So, since it's been such an abysmal failure, I think I'm just gonna take it down and we'll try to come up with something else. Let me get my soak touch out. Save that class. Oh no, class. But yeah, it. I mean, it got me a few rabbits and stuff, but that was about it. And it never really worked that well in the first place. But you know, again, one's Bedrock, and you know, I'm on Java, so we weren't sure if it was going to work in the first place. So I'm not that disappointed, though I will admit I am a little disappointed because I really wanted to be able to get some rabbit feet out of it. Let's put that down. I don't want to lose any of the redstone or anything. Yeah. Okay. We'll store all that. Looks like I lost my campfires. But, oh well. It happens. It happens. So, I can always make more campfires. Yeah, I got 4 charcoal out of the campfire, so okay. I can dig that. Let's go ahead and dig that. Alright, let's get that all down to the storage. And might as well take that. Actually, I'm going to put this up here. I don't remember which one is it, that one? Yeah, let's fill that up. There we go. We still have a ton of carrots. I emptied out the farm this morning. That looks empty, but the rest of these are, yeah, the rest of these are pretty much full. We have this, which, like I said, I emptied it out. I emptied out the potato farm too. We got 4 full shulkers out of the potato farm. So not horrible. I'm not gonna fly over there. We'll just toss these up in here. There we go. And we almost had 5, but not quite 5 out of there. And then eventually I'll go trade with these guys again. Now this is another experiment. I'm not going to say it's a failure. It's got 3 spawners up there. One's a creeper, one's a winch, and one's an evoker. And so we've gotten a little bit of stuff out of it. Not going to complain with what we got. We did get some little bit out of it. I AFK'd about 4 hours. And this is just chests that are coming down from, I'll show you up top, from the rails. And the only problem is I have to shut the rails off, and I have to reset the spawners before I turn the rails back on. Let me close all these too, because you gotta have the trapdoors to slide up under there. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and take these off while we're here, because those will get in the way of the carts. Give me just a second. My dog is whining to go out. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. It is almost 8:30 in the morning. He just woke up, so he needed to go out. Okay. Now, the problem with this farm is I built it for expansion, to expand it out, to go in and add more spawners when I got more, because I'm out of spawners pretty much. I think I have a few left, but I wanted to save those and just do test runs on this thing for a while. On the inside is soul sand and wither roses. That's our kill mechanism, is the wither roses. So they'll just spawn in, hit the wither roses, they'll die after a little while, and I get their stuff. And to be honest, like I said, it works. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shulkers of totems in my storage. So I have plenty of totems now. But even though I had killed enough evokers while I was testing different raid farms and stuff, I still don't know if I like having the evoker as a spawner. I would, in my mind, I would rather have a raid farm and just get them that way, instead of having an automatic spawner with them. The way that we have things set up, you can have any egg you want. You just have to meet a certain criteria for killing that specific mob, and then you can get the egg, put it in a spawner, build it wherever you want. Because we have silk touch, we can get our spawners. So we have the data packs to do that, and we pretty much do whatever we want, as long as we kind of meet that certain criteria. Now, I will tell you, I've lowered the criteria because our main person, Kite, he's the one that designs all the stuff where we can get the eggs and we can do all that stuff. I'm having to do all this manually. So I have lowered the criteria so that we can just, continue to build our farms, have fun, and do things that we've always done on this server. So yeah, it's right now it's a little out of sync, but I'm also able to do a lot of experimenting because I'm just able to play around with stuff the way I want to. And like I said, I think I would rather have a raid farm for evokers and just not even have them in a farm like this. So I'm probably not going to use evokers in here, and I may just set it up with witches and creepers. That seems to be a good idea to me. That would give me my gunpowder and redstone and glowstone and all that good stuff. I am still testing some raid farms, some simple raid farms, not the ones that go way up and have the water that drops you down and picks you back up with a villager and blah blah blah, raid over and over and over and over and over. No, I'm not. That's some complicated stuff. Now, when Grizzly has time and he's on, we may look at those and try to build one of those. Right now, I'm just looking for simple farms. And there are some out there. I did try one. Let me go store this stuff. And we'll go have a look. And for a long time, that's stuff that we've done on the server. We test things out to see what works and what doesn't work for us. And so I'm still keeping that tradition going. What's in here? That's my ladder and stuff. That's my empty one. So I'll empty all that out later. Where's our trapdoors? Right here. Let's throw those in there. I used a bunch of trapdoors at spawn. I'll show that in a little while. But let's go have a look. At this test farm. I've torn most of it apart, but the hole's still there, so I can kind of show that. Now, we have our raid. There's a illager tower, illager, whatever they are. I don't know. People change it up left and right. There's a raid tower right over there. Right there. And that's one farm. I'll show you that one in a little while. That's one test. It failed too. But this is the simple one. Basically, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 by 7, something like that. And down here this was gates with the water flowing in here. We had signs up to stop all the water. We had the gates across the top of the water here. There were 3, 1, 2, and 3 stone blocks here with signs on them. Had gates out here with signs and a lava blade. That was for the Ravagers. And then they would drop down the hole here. And this was a kill facility. They had chests here to catch everything with a hopper, and they would fall down and I'd kill them. And I had a villager here. There was one villager down here. Yeah, there was one villager down here with a bed and a composter. And then up here over the farm, there were 2 more villagers in the glass room. And basically, I would go over, I'd kill the captain, I'd come over here, go down the hole there to the kill room, and that would start the raid because I would have my villagers here. And they would just come in and they would filter in, fall in the water. This is water here, we'll push them that way. Ravagers would die in the blades, and everything else would drop down for me to kill. Now, this thing worked for 1 or 2 phases, and then it stopped because there would be it would just have the raid across the top, and it would be like 3/4 done, and it would never move again. And I don't know where the pillagers went, but they weren't here, and I couldn't finish the raid. And after about 30 minutes of walking around trying to find them and all that, you know, I came up out of the farm during the raid, trying to find them and everything like that. I flew off, and when I flew off, it said raid victory, and that was it. And every time I would start another raid after that, it would just say raid victory after about 10 minutes. So it worked for, I think, 1 or 2 phases, and then it stopped. I have no idea why. And I mean, I looked around, I read up on it, you know, everything, and never could figure out what was going on with it. So then I found another one. Oh wow, all these were on the ground. Well, I'm just going to get them out of my inventory. I'm going to keep my scaffolding, of course, but the rest of this can just go. Alright. I have crossbows at my tower. Okay, so then I came over here, and the second plan had them way up in the air. And I'm yet to tear that. I'm going to tear this one down though, because it does not work. So there was water sources up here. I think it was 4 blocks above that. I had a 5x5 packed ice, 5x5 packed ice platform, and they were supposed to spawn on the platform, and then they would they would move off the platform into the water. Down here I had gates around here with walls, and I had a lava blade right there for the ravagers. The water would push the ravagers in, they'd hit the lava blade, and then their stuff would fall down. Everybody else would just fall through the gates, and they would fall down to the kill room, which is right here. And this is where I would stand, and I'd do all the you know, the kill room stuff. And then there's my hoppers down there to all my chests in the storage room. This farm never worked because I would kill the captain, I'd come up here, and I would get raid victory, and nothing would ever spawn up there. There was a villager right here in this box. This is where the villager was, in here. And yeah, like I said, it never worked, ever, not once. So I abandoned this one. I'm gonna have to come back and tear it all down eventually, but this is probably something like we're gonna have to do, but just get it to work. And there is one more farm I'm gonna try out. It's by Chapman, and he's really good too. He does a lot of stuff. I've been watching his hardcore for about a week and a half now, but I'm going to try one by him. It's one similar to this, better made, but very similar to this one, and we'll try that one out eventually. For now, though, I'm sick of trying to build raid farms. The next thing, I've done work. I've been working in in the Nether. Grizzly built this the last time he was on. Why do we have a floating? Oh, all the leaves caught fire and burned. I hadn't noticed that until just then. Yeah, I guess the lava finally got to him. But anyway, last time Grizzly was on, he built this portal. And I took the gates off of it. I'm not too much worried about the pigmen right now that come through. Of course, y'all know about the gold farm. That's nothing new. But right now, I I have ice roads that go to every part that we have portals to at the moment, and I've got tons of ice. I went to an ice biome one night and spent about 4 hours over there. Got all that and got some more in my base in storage. But anyway, this one will go to spawn, to sun chasers, and the ice spikes biome. So just get to here. Everybody's close together too. I think we're the furthest away, except for maybe the ice spikes is this way. And we do get a few spawns up here, but nothing too serious yet. And I'm going to be going around. I'm going to be going around spawn proofing a bunch of stuff. But this goes to the ice spikes biome. Now there was a hole around here. I can't remember where I'm. Thank you. I can't remember where I busted through the. Or even if I did on this side, because I knew exactly where the portal went for this. Our blaze farm that I built down below, if you put a portal right where the chest is with all the rail carts at the blaze farm itself, that portal will bring you out at the ice spikes. So I just grabbed the cords from down there and I added it up to 128 up here, and I built this, and it takes you straight to the ice spikes biome. Straight to the beautiful ice spikes biome. And I've got a bed here, crafting table, ender chest. I did a whole bunch of farming around through here. But anyway, that's the ice spikes. And you come right back on, and there's our ice road, and we just go right back to civilization. Now, at the end of this, I haven't got it all tied in yet. Of course, I don't have the fencing up. I don't have the lights or anything like that, because this is a road that goes to sun chasers and spawn. So, and we'll have a curve here with the ice boat, and probably a way with some soul sand on the side or something to stop your boat, and you can go that way if you want to. Something, but like I said, very short hike. And then this one is the spawn, and that goes to us in the gold farm. And that's the spawn, which we're going to go down there in a minute. I'm going to show you what I did at spawn. And then this one goes to the stronghold and to sun chaser's place, which sun chaser, there's a spawn portal, there's sun chaser. She's very close. And then here is to the stronghold, which is also very close. It takes 30 seconds when you're flying or when you're on an ice boat to get to the portals, and this will take you straight out into the stronghold. So I've got these ice roads up to each place that we have portals up right now. I just have to finish, putting them all together and everything. But I've been working a lot around spawn too, because generally we set spawn up. This is the future shopping district. There's nothing there right now, but we set spawn up, and we always have something there, and we build shops around, or we build something. Kite usually has his dungeon headquarters at spawn. But anyway, I built this because it puts something. It's still being worked on. This stuff is going to be changed out, and I'm figuring out what I like or what looks good. But the towers and stuff, this is all. I will admit, I did watch a tutorial on how to build towers and do them where they looked halfway nice, and I think this looks pretty good. The only thing I'm really not a fan of is the big doors here, because with using the walls we got gaps. But I was tired of working on it by that point, so I just left them for right now. And built the towers. They're all connected. All the walkways are connected, and then the portal is down here. under this little tiny ziggurat looking thing. You know, portal's right there. Everything's all hooked up and good. When Bree and Kite actually come back, we've accumulated stuff for them. And yeah. Now what I want to do here is spawns on an island. And I want the land all the way around the island to be the shopping district. Build different shops and stuff. And Sunchaser already picked this spot. She wants this spot here. So she's going to put a shop somewhere over here doing something. She hadn't really been working on that lately. She's been working really hard and playing WoW, so she hadn't really had a lot of time to put towards Minecraft the last week or so. But it's all good. I mean, you know, real life and stuff like that has to come first. But yeah, this is what I did at spawn so far. And the Kite will hopefully make it sometime soon. Let me and now let's see, yeah, we're going this way, and we're gonna go back to our portal and the gold farm, which the gold farm works great. It's still the same problem that I had within the first place. These three are the main three chests, and they get most of the items, whereas these get very little of the items. So I may redo some of the stuff here, but I mean, most of the time when they fall out right here in the middle. That's what it's there for. So, you know, and I've been doing a lot of research on item sorters, because I really get tired of sorting all the stuff out. Because, you know, the nuggets and the rotten flesh all go together. And I have to separate all of them out and put them in the different shulkers, and then go from there. It is what it is. Either way, the farm works, and that's all that really matters. I can get plenty of gold. But the problem is I AFK for 3 hours, come down, take everything out, go back up, come down, take everything out. So about every 3 hours, I have to come empty the farm to keep going back up to AFK. And you really can't expand this very much because, well, we're on the roof. So, you know, it is what it is. Eventually, I may come down, tear all this down, and rebuild it with an item sorter in there, so it sorts everything out. But honestly, with this farm, there is only two things that you get. You get flesh and you get nuggets. It doesn't drop swords. I love that. A lot of farms that are built, or a lot of farms that they're building now, drops the swords, and you have to filter those out, and it drops other stuff here and there. Like the piglin farm, where you throw a snowball and piss one of them off, and they all just rush you, and you're standing in the center, and the kill room is just a whole bunch of minecarts stacked on top of each other, 24 I think, and they do the entity cramming, and you get a lot of XP from it, and you get a ton of swords out of it, and you get a ton of armor out of it, and they will drop their heads in there, and you're going to get the flesh, and you're going to get the nuggets, and sometimes you'll get ingots. So that farm has a whole lot of drops, whereas this one has 2. So another thing I like about this one was very easy to build. I just farmed up all the magma. Those are all turtle eggs in the middle. And it's just trapdoors all the way around, and trapdoors around the eggs. So the pigmen will spawn, try to get to the eggs. They can't because of the trapdoors, and then they fall through the middle. It's a very simplistic farm, and it gets gold, which is what I wanted. I wanted gold. I didn't need all the swords and all that good stuff. I just needed gold. And that this farm does it. It gives me the gold. It's not perfect, but it works great. It did, however, make me have to make some adjustments down here. hello. Can we get down? There we go. I suck when I'm trying to. Yeah. Of course, I tore this portal down. This is left because that's the way up. And now we have a big safe room that has nothing else there. But the adjustments I made, as you guys have seen, was all of the clerics. There's 10 clerics here, and this is all rotten flesh in these that I haven't been able to get through yet. But I've traded with every one of them, and they're all masters now, and I have plenty of bottles of enchanting that I can get. But see, this is rabbit's foot. Yeah, no, still don't have rabbit's foot. I'm still salty about that. But anyway, so I put all these guys in here just to get rid of that stuff, because we get a ton of it from that farm up there. And you know, honestly, that's pretty much all that I've done to date with the server. To be quite honest, most of the stuff that I've done had to do with the raid farms, and I'm just burned out on that right now. And there are a few other farms that I want to build, and I want to improve some of the farms that we have, like the pumpkin farm. I want to improve that. From my single player world, I want to build that cactus farm and get rid of the one that I have over there. Let's get out of here, because I have a hello. Oh, I was up in the stones. Okay. All right. Well, that's. I want to rebuild. I want to get rid of this cactus farm. This is my old version, and I can't even remember where I got it from, guys. It's been years. But this is the old version that I normally build. I'm getting rid of this. I'm going to build a version that's on my single player world, because that thing is stupid. I get so many cactus from that, and it's one hopper and one chest. It's one hopper and one chest in the middle, and you can go up as high as you want to go. Just leave that hole where the hopper is, and water streams blow all the cactus down to that one hopper, and you're done. It's so easy. Now, we already have an iron farm, or I would build the iron farm for my single player world, because it was easy to. Other than that, I want to improve on this one. Like I said, the cactus farm. We're gonna go down into the cavern that's under the tower and rebuild a lot of these farms. We're gonna build them underground though. And other than that, I am thinking about a chicken cooker. I gotta find a good farm for that. The one that I used to use, it would only work part of the time, and it had observers, dispensers. It would dispense the eggs out, hatch the chickens, they would drop down, and once their head grew to a certain height, somehow an observer would pick that up, and a lava blade would go out and kill them, and you would get cooked chicken and feathers and all that. It only worked part of the time, so I want to try to find something a little bit better. But anyway, that's enough really waffling for me. I've showed you the stuff that we've tested and built over there, and the stuff that I've been doing around. Sun Chaser has been doing some stuff. She's just been building some stuff and things like that. Grizzly's just been too busy to get on with his work, and Kite has not got his computer straightened out yet. However, he has some other stuff going on, so he may be able to get on soon. But other than that, I appreciate you guys. I thought that was a pillager for a minute. Watching, and I'll keep you updated on what we do on the multiplayer server. Other than that, hey, have a great day. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.